Hello, I'm Jeffrey Ham, equity analyst for Briefing.com. Today is Thursday, October 16th. Stocks swung widely with record volatility Thursday. The Dow was down almost 380 points at its session low, but was able to complete a near 800-point swing to close 400 points higher with a 4.7% gain. It finished at its session high. The volatility index hit an all-time high of 81. It registered that mark as stocks traded at their session low, but retreated to below 70 late in the day as stocks advanced in their final run. The session's gains were broad-based, but the financial sector was a general laggard. It closed 1.7% higher. Swiss banking giant UBS showed relative strength after the Swiss government said it will inject the equivalent of roughly $5 billion into the firm, and the Swiss central bank will purchase nearly $60 billion worth of toxic assets. The moves mirror those made by governments and central banks across the globe to restore the financial system and credit markets. Further reflecting the difficult conditions facing financial firms, Citigroup and Merrill Lynch both posted losses for the latest quarter. The losses stem largely from asset write-downs and other impairment charges. Outside the financial sector, the global leader in handset sales, Nokia, met earnings expectations, as did health insurer United Health. Conglomerate United Technologies topped earnings expectations with its latest results. Online auction site eBay beat the consensus but issued downside guidance for the fourth quarter. Its shares fell, but that didn't stop the Nasdaq from outperforming its counterparts. Fellow Nasdaq components Yahoo and Microsoft advanced on reports that suggested Microsoft may still have an interest in acquiring Yahoo. Airlines fared extremely well. Southwest Airlines and Continental Airlines both advanced on better than expected third quarter earnings per share results, helping lift the Amex airline index 21%. Meanwhile, competitors UAL and US Airways rode the tailwind of their larger capitalized brethren higher. Their gains helped the Russell 2000 advance 6.9%. Lower oil prices also bode well for airlines. During the session, oil futures fell below $70 per barrel for a time, but settled closer to $72 per barrel. Concerns of a global slowdown continue to cut the price of the commodity, as did today's word that crude inventories grew by 5.6 million barrels. Analysts expected a build of less than half that. Despite oil's slide, the energy sector made the strongest gains, advancing 7.8% on strength in oil and gas exploration companies. They grew 12.1% in today's action. The sector's advance comes in stark contrast to its 15.5% dive in the prior session. In economic news, filings for jobless benefits declined 16,000 to 461,000, which was below the consensus 470,000 claims. The 4-week moving average ticked up to 483,250 from 482,500 and leaves things on track for a 10th consecutive month of non-farm payroll declines. Industrial production for September decreased 2.8%, which is worse than the 0.8% downturn that was anticipated. It was the largest decline since 1974, but excluding extraordinary happenings, industrial production would have been positive. The core rate for CPI dropped to 0.1% in September and will probably stay at that level or even drop to zero for the next few months. Total CPI was flat and may well be flat to down for several more months, given the drop in energy prices. I'm Jeffrey Ham for Briefing.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great evening.